Love that I am. So I'll start that. We'll sing it. Then I'm going to read a little invocation. I might do it before. We'll see which one goes. And then I'll sing it again. We'll sing it again for 5 times. And then Jon will come. Oh, and I'll then do the welcome. Okay? Help me.
Yes. Help me.
You. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Something told me you were.
Words. 5 times before, 5 times after.
Yes.
That's 10 times. 10:30.
Whenever you're ready.
We're on.
Yes. It's on.
Hi. Take a deep breath. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. Before me is a clear road, and I proceed. The forward look is the Godward look. My heaven will never be unless I make it out of materials of my own thinking. Today, I set my sights on it, the divine intelligence, who fashioned me in its image and after its likeness. I stand at the door of the abundant life, and I knock. All that I seek opens to me and beckons me to life's fullness. I enter. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. One more time. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love that I am. God's the love I am. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. My name is Regina Quince, and I am one of the licensed practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. Today, we are going to have a wonderful talk by Reverend Karen Kushner, our emeritus senior minister. I live with senior citizens. I mean, I do. And one of the things that we state about the Center for Spiritual Living Princeton is that we are a loving, healing, and inclusive community which teaches and practices the principles of science of mind for the well-being and spiritual growth of ourselves and the world. One of the things I think we should note is that we will have an annual business meeting. I guess I will announce that. That will be June 22nd. we welcome everyone to come. And we'll be sending you notifications soon about that meeting. Next Sunday, we'll have a practitioner Sunday, and our theme is living from the inside out. Now think about that. Living from the inside out. So we want to work with our interior, our mind inside, our thinking, mind your mind, and allow that to be the projection that we have for ourselves and the world that we are creating, because we are creating. We create, and we create from our thinking. So, using our consciousness, our mind, we project that into our subconscious, which is our creative process. It is the law that we create, and voila, it becomes the form that you see from us and that we experience. So it's one. We'll do that. So with that, I want to play a song. Susan will play a song, and then our practitioner of the day, Jon Heron, will come up and give us his divine intelligence from his mind through him to us. Thank you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a flow going on, to the next. And so, good morning. And if you're out there, maybe it's afternoon, maybe it's evening. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. So last night I went to see a show that a friend of mine had directed. And I was reminded of, I sometimes direct shows, and I was reminded of a principle that I use when I direct a show. And then, being in the flow, I went, oh, that's a spiritual principle. And the principle is a question. What's the story I'm telling with the story I'm telling? Right? In terms of theater, you get a script, right? And the script says this person lives in this family and he has this problem with his son or whatever, right? But is it a story about somebody who's feeling hurt and needs to resolve their hurt inside? Is it a story about somebody who is trying to find peace in their lives? It could be many different things. As a director, I have to choose what's the story I'm telling with the story I'm telling. And I was thinking, that applies to us also. I would like to do a little meditation with all of us to look at our stories. So take a minute. If you like, put your feet flat on the floor, feel your back against the chair. If you're here at the Masonic, listen to the sounds in the room. Feel the presence of other people around you. And if you're at home, you can feel the people who are part of this, because you're a part of what we're doing here. And so, think about the story of your life. Think about the story you're handed, the script, right? Your family, your job, your experience, whatever that's going on in your life. Maybe you're a retired person creating a life for yourself. Maybe you're somebody who's doing a job that they don't like. But what's the real story? Is your real story a story of wanting peace? Connect with that. Is it maybe a story of wanting love? Is it a story of creativity? What's the story that you tell with the story you tell? Just in a very gentle way, connect with that. The deeper story that you tell with the story that everybody else sees in your life. Just notice whether there's any tension anywhere in your body, any thoughts in your mind that are creating tension. Just let them flow away from you. Today we're in the flow. Let them just flow away from you. And now we're going to do a little mental exercise. It's the same but different. You're 99 years old, or maybe you're 199 years old. And you're looking back at your life, and your life has been a success beyond anything you could imagine possible. And yes, there were maybe children, other relatives, people in your lives, jobs, things that you did, hobbies, things that you loved. but you look back and you realize the true story that you've been telling with all the things that you did. And there you are. Maybe you're sitting on the porch on a lovely day, looking back at your life, knowing that you have been a success with the true story that you've been telling all along. Notice if there's a different story that wants to be told, a story of limitation, a story of pain. No, right now we're not telling that story. We're choosing to tell the story of success on every level. And so from that vantage point, you look back on your life and you know that the true story that you're telling, that you have been telling, is a true success. Let yourself be present and know what that story is. Is it a story of love? Let yourself connect with that and feel that presence. Is it a story of peace? Just let yourself connect with that. Feel the presence of that peace, of that love, and the total success. From that vantage point, you're 99 years old, looking back on your life, and you're experiencing the success that you have created in your life. Is it that you did good for many people in your life? Is it that you laughed a lot and you created joy for people? What's the story that you are telling with the story you've told? Get in touch with the feelings of that. Allow the feeling of success, of looking back on a life of true success and knowing what true success means for you. Notice how it feels physically in your body, down to your fingertips, to your toes. Notice how it feels emotionally, the sense of fulfillment. Notice any thoughts that are coming up into your mind. Take a nice deep breath. Let the imprint of this, let the presence of this be part of your consciousness right now. And as you take your next breath, bring your consciousness back to the present time. And I'm going to ask you, if you discovered anything, what that story that you chose to tell with the story you've told in your life, what if you were telling that story right here, right now? What if instead of a story of, that never works when I do it. Oh, I have all these relationship problems. God, I wish I had a different job. God, I'm retired, but I'm bored. What if instead of all of those stories, you told yourself right here, right now, the story of success? That within the outer story that you're telling is a story of real success. I know that mine is that I am the center of peace for myself, for everyone around me, and for the world. when I'm really at peace, I feel like, no, the whole world is a more peaceful place because I'm choosing peace. So what are you choosing? What are you choosing in your life? What's the story you're telling with the story you're telling? So take a nice deep breath and bring your energy back in the room. And let's see if our experience here together today can be for each one of us the real story that we're telling with the stories we're telling, right? And we can also think, well, what if when I leave here today, I'm still telling that story, the story I want to tell with the story I'm telling. Holding on to that place inside of yourself. Let's get some music. So in the presence of this blessing, which is each one of us, which is all of us together, this is the truth that I know for this gathering, for those who are physically here, for those who may be watching digitally, or maybe watching in the future. I know that the whole world is infinite blessing, infinite living blessing. Now, I know this to be so. And I know that that infinite blessing is everything, and therefore it is this meeting. And it is everybody who is participating in this meeting. Infinite living blessing. And they know that each one who is participating is now experiencing the presence of that divine, that truth, that blessing that lives within and around each one. And so I declare that each one who is participating today is now growing in the consciousness of spirit, in the consciousness of the divine, and it is now showing up as joy, as love, as light and understanding in the lives of each one. And so this is a meeting of light and understanding, divine understanding, the story within the story. That is what is present right here, right now, today. And I accept the presence of this divine blessing, knowing that it is present as each one, in each one, through each one. And knowing this to be so, I release it to the law, which says yes. It is yes. Right here, right now. And so we say together, and so it is.
Yes. Okie dokie. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, so how many of you are selfish? Right? You want to raise your hand. Okay. I'm using this 1937 book by David Seabury called The Art of Selfishness. And he's giving his point of view of the way we are operating in the world. And a lot of these very nice, sentimental thinking ideas that permeate the world and cause us trouble. Mostly in our relations with other people. So let's get clear about this. What is he talking about, and why is she talking about it? So, Jon's meditation gave us a vision of ourselves. And we're going to be walking out of here. And are we walking out of here with this vision? And is that vision strong enough then to face what we've already created in our lives? We've got very good reasons for making the mess of our lives wherever there is a mess. And Seabury says that wherever we have a problem, wherever we have trouble, it's basically because we have tried to be unselfish. But what we've done is gone against our true nature. So some thoughts. You've heard about the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, what if the other is nothing like you? So you're going to do unto them as you would have them do unto you, but that's the way you would like to be treated, but that's not the way that they would like to be treated. So then there's another caveat to that rule. Someone told me it was the platinum rule. Is that the platinum rule? I don't know. Do unto others as they would have you do unto them. But then there's David Seabury's golden rule. He calls it the new golden rule. And it is, do unto others as life, nature, and cosmic law would have you do. So that might not be what you would like done to you. It might not be what they would like to be done unto them. But it's what life would have you do. Life. That's something God that created us, created each one of us to be very unique. Unlike anyone else. And so wherever we obey the good ideas of a group of people, we are open to compromising ourself. Yourself. His basic tenet is to, yes, be true to your true self. And never compromise. Not for any good reasons that the world may give you or that other people may give you. And so we say things like, you're being selfish. We learn that from other people by their comments to us when we behave in a particular way. I mean, I remember growing up and hearing, "Now, don't be selfish." And what that comment would be made to me would be when I was really connecting with my true nature and I was really being my true self, but it was upsetting everybody else around me because I wasn't behaving the way they thought I should behave, or the way that they thought I needed to behave in order to be safe. It's safe here in this world. I was walking home last night from ushering with 2 other fellow ushers, and one of the women had expressed a desire to walk with other people toward her car so she could feel safe. That's fine. And the other woman was all for it. And I'm walking along with them because I'm working on being more connected with people. That's why I was walking. Okay, so that's all I know of. Who knows what was really going on. Anyway, the woman that wanted to be escorted, her car was parked on the other side of the road and down a little side road. And so the woman who was really for escorting this woman helped her halfway across the street to make sure there were no cars coming. I mean, there were no cars a mile either way. But, you know, and then she came back toward me, and then we stood there as requested to watch her get into her car. And as she was walking down the side street, she walked in the middle of the street rather than along the very dark sidewalk. I see eyebrows going up. So you might agree with my friend here. It was like, she shouldn't walk in the middle of the street. She's going to get hit by a car. Blah, blah, blah. Now, there's no cars anywhere around. But, you know, she's like, and I'm like, well, I actually like, if I'm going down one of these side streets at night alone, I like to walk in the middle of the street where the lights are. It's a little more visible. And she then gave me example after example after example of all these car hitting stories that she knew of, and all the people that she has saved from being hit by cars. And then we parted because she went down this road to get to her car, walking on the sidewalk, and I did what she wanted and did not watch her. Because she's walking down the sidewalk, and I'm thinking I would walk in the middle of the road, but you know, let her do what she's got to do. And I was thinking about all of this because one of his definitions of what he calls evil selfishness is asserting your opinions and what you believe to be good onto other people, regardless of what that other person wants or has requested. And the question for today is just to ask yourselves, where are you with all of this? Where are you in your relationships with other people? And do you compromise yourself in order to make other people happy, help other people? You know, so it's a thought. It's an interesting thought. He says, I got all these little things here. Self-neglect in order to take care of other people. That would be evil selfishness or evil unselfishness. Anyway, it's evil. He's calling it evil because ultimately you destroy yourself. Ultimately, you are not able to be your best divine self because you've been doing what you think needs to be done to serve other people. Self-sacrifice in order to support what you believe to be other people's needs is actually dangerous and not healthy. And it doesn't serve them in the long run either, no matter how much they might say. Oh, thank you so much, I needed your help. The truth is, the spiritual truth is, right? We turn to God for our help. But how many of us are trained, right? We're world brainwashed to believe, oh, no, that everybody needs each other's help, that no one has an independent nature that can live and express. And when we lean on other people, right, we avoid needing to turn to God. So in the long run, when you're helping someone who seems to need so much help, you are actually helping them avoid divine truth, which is they are enough, and everything that they require, they can turn to the divine, and the divine will provide it without our help whatsoever. Well, this goes against our nature, right? If you think about your own specific relationships, you're like, so just sit with it, right? Do we have that really nice song, After I Talk? Is that what we decided? Okay, love, be gentle with yourself. Okay, so the song After I Talk is be gentle with yourself. So keep breathing. Okay, so he said that neither selfishness nor unselfishness, when truly applied, has to do with your relation to another person. They pertain to life. And when understood, both are good and beautiful. If you do not concern yourself with being a vital force, you cannot serve the world in which you live. You become a burden. And constructive self-preservation is our first duty. Without it, life makes parasites of us. So we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. And we have to take care of ourselves so much that we can always be feeling this vital force, full of energy, enthusiasm, and joy, and love. And not so exhausted that you need to, sit on the couch and if someone has a need, you're dragging yourself to give them their need. If that's your situation, and I'm certainly, there amongst you, whatever. But the thing is that the dynamic force that we are allows us to serve in a greater way, and with happiness and with joy, without fatigue. So fatigue and exhaustion and emotional turmoil about this, that, and the other are all indications that you are not taking care of yourself. Not taking care of yourself, not listening to the divine wisdom that is guiding you to do something else. You don't want to hear it, right? You want to do what you want to do. I want to help people. I want to worry about the person. I want to. So I just keep thinking of all the ways that I've been in the world. It's like, oh my God, be kind to yourself. Okay, so each one of us has been created by life itself to be a dynamic contributor to the world, and to enjoy it. When we are enjoying ourselves, we enjoy our givingness. When we are feeling healthy, we are able to get up and move and do what we are guided to do. And we do a lot of talking here about divine guidance. Show me the way. And this is why, because love, and you might have heard this before, if you've been around me, love without wisdom creates chaos, always. And what the world thinks of as sentimental and, oh, you should, and whatever, that is love without wisdom, without love, without divine guidance, without divine clarity. And that divine clarity is there, but we overrule it because, oh no, I can't be that way. What will they think of me? And they're used to my help. They need my help. So we overrule what the inner wisdom is guiding us to do because we don't want to hear it, but it's there. And it's there for a reason. That divine guidance knows us best. And it knows these others best. It knows what's best for them. It knows what's best for us. And one of the other evil selfishness or unselfishness things is to be God to another person. To believe you know what's best for another person. We can't know that. Only the divine knows what is best for that person, and that divine will guide you to assist and support and help as it guides you to do it, because it knows that will be good for each of you. That self-sacrifice is never, ever, 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 ever coming from God. Did you know that? I mean, I wasn't raised that way. My religion said sacrifice is good, be a martyr. I was in first grade. In my first morality play, I played a martyr in the dungeon, and the bad guys were coming. We could hear the noise, and my line was, someone said, a light. Someone else said, they're coming. And my line was, coming to torture us again. I loved it. And I remember taking a look at my world in this modern age that it was at that time and thinking, oh, darn, I'm never going to get a chance to be a martyr. Because this world is just too nice. I mean, they're not crucifying Christians anymore right now. I mean, I need to wait because, who knows what's coming. But, so this is like 6 years old. This is the thinking. Now, my mother, my father, they had nothing to do with this. I mean, I concocted this all on my own, and totally supported by my particular religion, that sacrifice is good, being a martyr is the best way to get to heaven, and heaven was sacrifice your whole life in order to get to heaven. And living that way made me feel very good, but ultimately more and more miserable, because as different teacher, mentor, wise person in my world would point out to me, it's not good to be like this, it's not good to be like that, you can't get to heaven like that, girls aren't like that. I mean, that really good advice given by the people around me, each and every one of them made me one by one diminish my true self. Don't be like that. Some people would say, what will the neighbors think if you're like that? What will your aunts think if you're like that? All those things were said to me. And yeah, I suffered. So our suffering is caused by our not being true to our divinely created nature. We've been created the way we are and placed where we are and in relation to others for the highest and the greatest good of all to be done. But that all must and has to include our own. And only we ourselves can know what we need. I need to take a break. Or I can't deal with your stuff right now. Or I understand and I respect that you are miserable about your life and you like to complain about it, but I cannot listen to it anymore. It's about me. You're fine. It's about me. I can't tolerate it. I don't watch the news. I am uninformed. Boy, is that bad right now, right? How dare you be uninformed? I don't know what's going on. I don't know all the details. Things pop up and I notice things and I'm like, ay. But for me to be happy, for me to be effective, for me to be giving my best, I ask the question regarding certain things going on in the world. And I ask myself, is this mine to do something about? Some things are. And I pay attention to what is mine to do. And it's a struggle sometimes to resist what the world thinks I should be doing. Like, you should know everything about everything. You've got nothing to say in the rowboat when we're all together. And we bring up about the latest nightmare or latest thing that just happened. And the best that I can come up with is, oh, tell me about it, because I don't know. Because it drains me. I can't handle it, all of it. I cannot take it all in and process it and have energy left over to give who I am to the world. So I made this decision years and years ago, decades ago as a matter of fact. And so yes, I've missed many of the major serial killers that have been around the past 3 decades or something. But I don't have the nightmares that I had when I used to be informed. And so I sleep better. And then I'm working on believing that this world is a friendly place. It's a spiritual truth. But I wasn't raised with that. And when I listen to the world, I'm not hearing the world is a friendly place. But what I'm hearing is what everybody is concerned about, and I get that. I get that there's a need for things to be known and things to be done, but aren't there good things being going on too? I don't hear that. So it's a personal choice of what works best for me. And it's part of my following, never compromise myself. That's one of his rules. Your true self. Don't half-live. Don't be a walking, exhausted giver and always thinking about other people. It's not your business. In fact, one of the lists, the things that show up about what you do is to live your life, to live vicariously on the world or others, or to live someone else's life. When I married back then, that's what you did if you were a wife. Although it was, things were changing and feminism, whatever, was sort of out there. But I was able, so I had a job. That was my experience of feminism, right? But training that I received from the older women in my life were, you make your husband happy. So not only, a man goes, You never got that one, huh?
He wasn't meant that way.
Oh, no, I know. No, but that, right? Any other women know what I'm talking about? I mean, you might have agreed with it or not, I don't know, but you might have heard it. So because I was a feminist and a wife, I worked full time and I'm giving my whole life over to my husband. So I was just, Karen ceased to exist. Just totally ceased to exist. And after the divorce, all my relatives looked at me and said, "Oh, we've got Karen back." Because I had totally sacrificed myself, my person, and it wasn't like I thought it through. I just did what I did. I didn't know it was wrong. I didn't even, the movie Clueless, I am so clueless, and I have been so clueless, and I'm gentle with myself over my cluelessness. Okay, so let's take a look at what he says are some examples of good selfishness. Good selfishness, right? To believe that what is best for you won't, in the end, hurt others. To believe that what is best for you won't, in the end, hurt others. There's a lot to that one, huh? Right? To believe your only duty is to do the best you can. Your only duty is to do the best you can. To allow yourself time to think, to decide, to develop. Are you so involved in helping and being with other people that you don't have any time to think? Right? Have you ever had those, or in your jobs, you're just like working around the clock, whatever, and you say, I need a vacation? What you're really saying is, I need some time to think, to just be with myself. to protect and foster your inherited abilities. Your abilities. Right? As children, we're going through school. What are you going to be when you grow up? We have the world advising us on what we should be. How many go into college and go into professions because the family is supporting you in that, lovingly, generously in that direction? And it's said to you from such an early age that you don't even notice that there's something in you that might be saying something different. You just assume that's the way, and you're just going along, and everything's working out for you, moving in that direction, but it has nothing to do with your natural abilities, what the gifts that you were given. And then you wake up, right, in middle age somewhere going, what the hell am I doing? I hate this, right? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're better than me. Never to stop growing, expanding, and evolving. That's good selfishness. To respect your own nature and accept it as a trust. This divine self that you are in human form is God's gift to the world. To accept it and to keep it in trust, to keep it sacred. To protect yourself against all compromises and defilement. So when people, I was listening to some recording somewhere that said, never let anybody mess with your I am. So if somebody says, oh, you are so stupid. No, you don't mess with my I am. That's defilement. How dare you minimize me? How dare you question whether I know who I am or not? How dare you trivialize this desire that I have, this interest that I have? It's up to us to protect who we are and to absolutely refuse anyone to trivialize who we are or what we are doing with our lives. I'm skipping over, well, all right, to marry only because you love, no matter who suffers. This was written in 1937. So, all right, so to be yourself utterly, honestly, always. And to carry on against the entrenched stereotypes. Right? So what's your sign? Not even your sign can limit who you are. And some examples of evil unselfishness. To watch and ward anyone else's moral conduct. You see any of that going on in the world right now? You know, you're bad, you're this, you're that, To belong to a humanitarian society for the sake of belonging. So, he also says to do good for the sake of self-glory. I was at a fundraising gala last night. That's where I was ushering. And, that was just so fun to like hold the door and to see people and answer questions of the rich ones. I mean, it was the wealthy ones coming in there. And of course, I don't recognize anybody, but I know that they're all really important people. And that other people, and eventually during the program, they got introduced, the former governor and all kinds of people were there. And in the beginning, toward the beginning of it, they had all been notified that there was going to be a live donation request made. So as I was seating one woman, she was in the wrong seat and I was helping her get to another seat. She's like, oh, don't let me lose my check. So she had her check out already, and she was already writing it even before she didn't know what the request was going to be. So they all knew it. But when it came time, I was sitting with a fellow usher, and they were asking, okay, how many here want to give $5,000? And they held up their number or whatever, and the woman from the stage would recognize them. Oh, Mr. Blah, 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 and oh, blah, blah, blah. And she would name each person by name who was giving 5,000. And then it went down, who was going to give 2,500, 1,500, any amount, whatever. It was going through the whole room. So my fellow usher was like, this is really uncomfortable, she goes, way to guilt people into doing it. And I said, well, they're here. It was actually a smaller attendance than usual at these galas. I said, well, maybe that's why not so many people showed up, because they knew this was going to happen. But they were prepared for it. They had their checkbooks there. They knew they were going to ask to give. And there are some people who like to be publicly acknowledged for their giving. So, good cause. I was thinking of raising my hand, but I didn't have a number on my seat because I'm an usher. But I thought, I could give some money. I could give $5,000, whatever. But, she wouldn't know my name. And what's the point? So we want to watch our motives when we, I'll get 5,000. We want to watch our motives there. That would be for the sake of self-glory, I think, if I had done that. Yeah. So to glut your ego with the greediness of mother and father love. I haven't been a parent, but I imagine those of you who've been a parent, you know what that error could be. To refuse to allow others to, here we go, here's a scary one. To refuse to allow others to experience the consequences of their actions. How about that with children, right? How would they learn? And to refuse others' growth through pain when necessary. So to refuse others the growth that they would get through pain. So for me, let me be honest, for me, absolutely, there have been significant times of growth that I was ready to grow and learn only when I experienced the consequences of my actions, or only when I felt all the pain of having made the mistake, of having failed to grow or to learn. Very, very painful. Get it now? Got it right. When I was in getting my master's degree, I had to write a thesis, and I wrote it, and my mentor said it was very good, and I got a good grade on it. And then afterwards, he suggested that we have it published, and eventually a periodical or something published it, and I went to a conference and I presented it. And months later, I found out that he had submitted it to all these other places, and they had denied it, saying it was really trite, it was really nothing new, it was really, almost not worth even being written. Oh. He wanted to spare me from having that feedback. Mm-hmm. And so here I thought I wrote a good paper, and it wasn't. So how was I served by that? He was being nice, right? But I could have become a better economist. So, the art of selfishness. Let me conclude with this. I'm not sure what to conclude with. You have a right to be yourself. In fact, a demand. There's no one else you can be. You don't know how to deal with other people. At best, listening to divine guidance, you learn, right, how to be yourself, how to express yourself in greater ways. But what we want to get clear about is, where have we been actually, in the long run, doing harm to ourselves and maybe to others, but mostly to ourselves, by not being an effective you. healthy, happy. When we're happy and we're healthy, we can be generous. When we're happy and we're healthy, we can give more of ourselves. We can achieve more, be more generous, right? How many of us are poor because we didn't take care of our financial futures? Because. And so, we require the government to give money to us or support or deals or whatever. But how much more could we have given if we had taken care of our finances so that we had money to share and to donate $5,000 for things that we believe in and the things that we want to support, right? So we want to take a look at ourselves and see where, and maybe even ask that divine wisdom, and we'll do that during our offering. And I'll come back and do a spiritual mind treatment. So I invite you to ask yourself, where have I not taken care of myself? And where could I do a better job of taking care of myself? And then maybe ask, what's standing in my way? And then while you're doing that, we'll have our song. So let's move forward now. Our offering is next.
Shall I play the song now or after the?
I don't know.
I'm going up to I'm going up here. I'm going up here.
Go up there.
I'm standing out of turn.
I see that.
And I'm standing out of turn because I don't know about you, but I live a lot of what Karen was talking about. And I was guided to play this song, and I invite you to take that time to really listen to the words, to be gentle with yourself, hug yourself, close your eyes and feel the love for yourself when I play Karen Drucker's really beautiful song. And then we'll do the offering. No, it's not on the speaker.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender.
Thank you, Susan.
That was pretty beautiful.
Thank you, Susan. That's another one of our licensed practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. Thank you, Reverend Karen. You gave us a lot to churn on. Really, with Jon's meditation and the story, and he wanted us to think about, and then your talk, it's like, oh boy, what's my story? What kind of story have I told, and am I telling? And can I tell? What's the new one? So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, let's got me all shook up. Okay, let us enter into this offering in joy. Because we are dealing with the principle of eternal abundance. This universe is never poor. I mean, look at the trees. Look at the leaves on the trees. I mean, you had gas in your car to get here. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Oh, the universe never runs out of leaves for trees. It never runs out of weeds for gardens. The universe is always abundant, always rich, always productive. Therefore, I, as a part of the eternal system, a part of the eternal process, mechanism, I am that abundance. So I will pass this around. We'd like you, if you can give, drop it in. If you're virtual,
We'll give $5,000.
if you're in the virtual land, you can always go to cslprinceton.org and hit that donation button. And a lot of people pay by, donate, I should say, by PayPal. So thank you very much for, your givingness. And put your hand over the basket, knowing the abundance the abundant energy that you're creating for this center, because we do love you. We are about love. So here we go. Do we have a song? No. You can play that again. We'll be gentle with ourselves.
I'm so grateful.
Oh, yes. And these are Karen Drucker's songs.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me,
And we're here for you.
gratitude below
Just know we are here for you. We have licensed practitioners here
gratitude all around me.
who you can talk to.
I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me. Gratitude behind me. Gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me. Gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
Thank you. I'm also treasurer of the board. And just know that I see you. I'm grateful to you. And I care for the donations that you give us. I care from every quarter to every hundreds of dollars.
5,000.
We haven't gotten that yet. We did it sometime. At one point we did. But just know that I take care of this and I report it to our board to let them know the love you give us so that we're here in this community. So thank you. So Reverend Karen, our emeritus senior pastor. Not what I said before.
It's okay. So, this word is being spoken for each one. On behalf of the divine loving presence, I declare that each one is created because that divine loving presence loves each one. And that loving presence gives each one full and complete permission as well as authority to live the life that has been given to them. And so each one now has full permission to be true to themselves. Whether it is selfish or unselfish in the world's eyes no longer matters to anyone. Whether anyone thinks of oneself is no longer important. Each one is fully accepting and receiving all instructions for them from that creator that created each one and is accepting its full approval and permission. So each one is now going forth, taking care of themselves. And because each one is taking care of themselves and because each one is claiming the good that God desires to give them, each one is, because of God, being a blessing to the world. That is the truth. And I'm so glad that's the truth. And I'm grateful that that's the truth. So I now let this word go and let it be done by, not by me, but by that which is creating it. I let it go to the law and it is done. And we agree, right? By saying,
And
so
so
it
it
is. That's the way it is.
It is so.
And thank you for coming.
So we're gonna play it, are we playing?
Susie turns that off.
Remember what else for a while.